Hello everybody, my name is Veriax and welcome back to Let's Play Total War, Warhammer 2, Episode 2. Last time we took Grunberg, and this episode we are going to take, hopefully, Helmgart and Eilhart to form our full province. So a couple of little things in the comments. There's a patch coming out in a couple of about 10 days or so, which completely reorganizes the way that the Empire campaign works. I didn't know this, otherwise I probably wouldn't have started this campaign until that patch came out, but it is what it is. Now I'm not playing the game modded, and I'm just going to assume that Creative Assembly aren't going to say, right, well, any campaigns you currently have are not going to work at all, and you have to start again. I'm just assuming they're going to do that and basically continuing on. I haven't messed with the game at all in terms of mods, so I can't really see there being much of an issue, and it's going to add a whole different dimension to things once that happens. But it is in 10 days' time, and a lot can happen in 10 days, so we'll see how we go. Secondly, about the renaming of characters. The renaming of characters only happens in the video when I buy the character. So you saying something in episode 1 will not pertain to something that happens in episode 27 or whatever. The reason being is that this episode is going to get half as many views as last episode. That's just the way it works. So I want the people who are actually watching in episode 10 or 12, whenever it is, to be part of the Let's Play because they've lasted that long. So once I get a character, then you can say, hey, you got a character. Can you name that character after me? I want him to be called this tag. And then I will then say, sure, I will call him that. And then next episode, I get another character, and then someone else will say, or if I get two characters, then it prefers two people who comment. So that's how it's going to work, rather than me trolling back over comments over previous videos, because I want people to be rewarded for sticking with me throughout this series. So, onwards.
Bring me to my men.
Carl is going to level up. So here I am looking to get a skill called Lightning Strike. The time to strike is now. And it enables lightning strikes, which means that reinforcements for enemies may not be possible if you attack them. So pretty much, if there are two armies on this map, and I attack one of them, the other one, assuming they both belong to the same faction, cannot reinforce the one that I'm attacking, meaning that I can take out two enemies at once. You know, if I've got a large army and they've got two medium armies, I can take each army separately rather than having to fight them together. It's a really useful skill, and I'm going to get it, but we need to level something else in the middle. I'm going to choose, or in the meantime, probably Leader of Renown. Revered by warrior priest, the celebrated leader will inspire many recruits. Well, I mean, I'm the Emperor, right? Carl is the Emperor, so all these kind of work, you know, for the Emperor, Measure of Calm, and throughout Acts of the Gods will cleanse lands. These all work role-playing wise. So I'm going to pick the Leader of Renown because, I mean, come on, it's Carl France, to make recruiting things easier, and I'm probably going to max that out. But we got a long way to go to Lightning Strike, obviously. So we're currently...
I am Prince and Emperor.
We move? Or not?
The nation calls.
I don't think we can move. Okay. Bit hard to differentiate between one and the other, but we can get some more units. So I'm going to get two more swordsmen and one more Free Company militia. While we're still in Grunberg, then I'm going to wander over here and kick these guys' asses. As it is, that's all we can do. The one thing we got to worry about really is public order a little bit. So it's currently at -3, as you can see there, and it's -11 is the change per turn. Once this reaches -100, there'll be a rebellion, and a random army will appear round about here, made up of peasants with pitchforks, essentially, who will try and overthrow me. It's best. Now, there is a case to be made that, you know, this is a good thing, because if your lord is around, you can go and fight the army, probably win, get experience that way. So I am aware of that tactic, but I do want to stop rebellions, usually, because, you know, that is kind of the meta in the past, in the real world, that rebellions are a bad thing rather than a good thing. So I'm going to try and prevent rebellions. Currently, they'll be rebelling in 9 turns. It's like, I'm assuming maybe 9 months or 9 years. Probably 9 months or 9 weeks, maybe. I'm not really sure how time actually passes in this, and I haven't really given it much thought, and I don't think you should either, to be frank. There are no seasons in this game. There are only types of territory. I suppose that would be the equivalent. So the further north you go, the more snowy it is, and the more inhospitable it will be for my fleshy humans. Indeed, the further south you go, the more arid and deserty it becomes, and again, the same thing kind of happens. The more you expand, the more the world becomes hostile to you. In general, there are basically different types of terrain, and your guys are either better or worse at dealing with that sort of thing. And the worst ones just give you penalties to public order, penalties to the time it takes to build and recruit and things like that. We've got a raider. So someone right there probably, is raiding us. Helmut, of course, we've met him before. So we're not going to do that challenge yet, but we are going to have a little wander over in this direction. We can move like here.
So,
and look at that. There's a bloke raiding. Sadly, we can't reach him.
pick up the pace.
Now, what I could do is enter March, which means my campaign movement is increased to 50%. So yay, we can reach him, but I can't attack him. Because we're in March mode, all that does is make you move faster. You can't then do other actions like colonize settlements or attack enemies and things like that. So it has its uses, but for now, it's not so good for us. So we're almost fully healed, which is fantastic. We're going to get some more units. Again, the same kind of thing.
To unite the provinces.
Now, this is a lot of units, and all these units have a cost to buy initially, which we just paid, and then they have an upkeep, which is reduced from our treasury each time. So currently our army upkeep is 1800. We have losing minus 15 from this raiding. So we're spending 1800, but we're getting 300, so or 3000 even, sorry. So that's what's left. So that's our profit. So currently we're doing okay for the units, and I want a lot of units to start with, a lot of chaff units, so I can use them for like this battle, this battle, this battle, and this battle, and then we'll see about leveling up and getting neat units when we get Altdorf all shiny with all this stuff in here. But now we don't really have that option, so that's another turn. So we'll see what our enemy does here, whether he'll continue to raid or whether he'll run away back to Helmgard. Now, it's possible that they'll consolidate at Helmgard. That's happened before in previous playthroughs. I think it makes sense that right now that Karl is just getting as many men under his banner as possible so he can create the strongest army possible to quell this rebellion. So that's what I'm currently doing. The only turn we're really particularly bothered about right now is the Successionists, to see what they
My lord,
do.
a rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Alright, so these guys, these dwarves, and it would be kind of nice to see where these dwarves actually are, but we can't do that. Want a non-aggression pact. Now here we can see sort of like where they fit in the world. So currently, our strength rank out of all the factions is 65, so it's rubbish. We are really, really weak. These guys are 29, so they're actually more powerful than us. They're reliable. We are very high in terms of reliability. If you break treaties and stuff like that, if an ally calls you to war and you decline, then your reliability goes down, and reliability makes it easier to deal with other factions. If you have very high reliability, then people like you more generally. And it's easier to get trade deals and alliances and stuff if your reliability is high, because nobody wants to deal with a faction who's unreliable. We can all see who they're at war against. They're at war with some Wood Elves and with the Crooked Moon, who are right there, right here. Now the Crooked Moon are quite frankly a pain in the ass, and I'm going to get rid of them as soon as physically possible. So the fact that they're at war with the Crooked Moon isn't a problem, and they're also trading with Wizenland, who are our friends right here. So, are our future friends at least. A non-aggression pact isn't really a big thing. It just means that we agree not to attack each other. It's not really... It's like the lowest tier of treaty that you can get in the game. So it's just like, you know, you'll do your thing, I'll do my thing. We're much to do with each other. It's sort of like a treaty of neutrality, if you like. So we're not going to really ruffle many feathers by doing that. So it looks like they are indeed going to centre all of their forces at Helmgart, which means that on my turn, which is right now, thank you, if we attack them, which we can, we will basically snuff them all out. They are currently recruiting even more units. Now, a word to the wise here is the AI does cheat. Currently, the AI has all of these units and all of these units, and is currently getting 40 gold from Helmgart and 40 gold from Islehat. That is 160. It's 80 gold. I don't know why I thought it was more than that. It's 80 gold, and somehow they are managing to keep all these without any bad things happening, any desertions or anything like that, and that's pretty amazing, isn't it? But that's because the AI basically cheats. We're going to go over here, we're going to attack them.
No peace.
I reckon with this army, I can take these guys out. They'll have a... So here we are. So, if I had a lightning strike, I could basically attack Helmut Ludenhof, and they wouldn't have any help from these guys. But as it happens, we don't have that anymore. Alright now. So, this is their army. We've got fairly similar armies, it has to be said, full of swordsmen. I've got more guns. I've got Reichsguard. And I've got Karl Franz. The battle we're going to be playing on, the battlefield, is very wooded. We're not going to auto-resolve. We're not going to save it. We're going to fight it. So this is the biggest battle so far in this Let's Play. Which I realise isn't saying a whole lot. I get that. But it's the biggest high stakes thing. So basically, if I win this, the successionists are dead. I'll take one of their settlements, I believe, and they'll have one settlement left. They'll have to raise an army. I'll still have remnants of my army, plus I'll be able to heal after this battle, and then basically I'll wreck them. So, let's set up. So our Free Company militia here have Vanguard deployment, meaning I can put them right at the front if I wanted to. Some of their troops are coming on the battlefield after it starts, meaning that they're going to be weakened at the start of the game. So, or start of the battle if you like. I may well try and rush them and kill these before these guys can help. So I'm going to put my Vanguard units right at the front. Which is usually the case anyway. I'm going to stick my halberdiers right in the middle. I'm going to form them into one group. Carl can be right there as well. Now we've got some handgunners and we've got some crossbowmen, and also my Reichsguard, which I'm going to put over here. Because I want my Reichsguard to go and actually have a look and see what they're doing. So I might send my Reichsguard down here like this, and they'll at least get some sight about what's happening, and maybe even come behind and spank their crossbowmen. So, I reckon we're about done. I think that's it. Alright. You guys, all you guys, just move up to this tree line. You guys attack. I'm just going to like issue some random attack orders, while I then move you guys up there. And I'm going to ask them to walk. Then I'm going to get 1 hour of that. Alright, so we're attacking these guys. Pew pew pew, shoot shoot, as the rest of our army moves up. Now I've got skirmish mode on, so when they're attacked they should run away. And they are. But I tell you what, you stay there. You run. Alright. Now you attack. Okay, brilliant. That's awesome. I don't know what you guys are shooting. Oh, I see. The ball spread out. Alright, well that's half a group of swordsmen. So I'm going to order them into melee. And half a group of swordsmen versus 2 lots of free company militia. We should be fine there. They're dead. So you guys, calm the hell down, okay? These guys are waiting. They're trying to hook up with the rest of their group there. We don't have sight of them. That's okay. We've taken a few of them out already. And we're going to move our free company up to these trees here. I'm not too worried about them. I need to decide where I'm going to put my handgun. You guys just stop firing. I'm going to put... right, I'm going to make all these guys not run away. You can also make toggle fire at will as well. So if they have a target, they will shoot at it unless you turn that off. I'm okay with these guys shooting at whatever they can find. Okay, we need to move the rest of our force up a little bit, I think.
This is my command. Free company.
Alright, run away. Attack them. Run away.
Yes, sir. Taking position. All ranks, fire.
Turn around, shoot at them. So there's the rest of them. Our right guard is still like wandering down there. I don't want them to get too much in the trees because they'll suffer a penalty. They can actually speed up. I can just draw a line around there and they can come around the back. Because they're large units, they will suffer a penalty in trees.
Missiles ready.
Alright, so we've shreked them. They're gone. They're done. They're going to come back, which is a bit of a shame. So there's the rest of their army. They've got some free company militia. I'm going to shoot at them. I'm going to probably go into the woods as well. Maybe shoot those swordsmen. Actually, shoot the militia as well. Yeah, we're going to move up. Carl, you get up there as well. Get him. Actually, get him.
Crossbows ready, General.
Come on, Carl. Get in there. Alright, right guard. They're right for the taking. They're a little bit further away than I would have wanted, but that's my fault. Put these guys on guard mode, which means they will still shoot even though they've been attacked there. Even though they don't have a lot to shoot at. So actually, someone's running away. It's the militia. They've been through a lot. That's okay. We've got handgunners right there to shoot at their general.
Missiles at the ready.
Which fighter then? Right Scout will deal with them. Hurry up, Right Scout. Could use some like magic and stuff. I mean, I've got like a potion of speed. Just don't shoot Carl, okay? But yeah, he's gone. He's done for. There we go. Now, Right Scouts come along and said hello, as they do. They've been attacked by these free company militia, but they are weak against armor, and our Right Guard have 120 armor plus shields, so they should be okay. Right, you guys tap them in hand to hand. That's bad. We don't want our... They've almost broken, thankfully. But yeah, we don't want our handgunners in hand-to-hand combat. So pull these militia back in. He's done. You actually shoot him. I want to see this. Bye bye. Shot his head off. Alright, you go on this lip here. Right, you just keep attacking them so they run off the battlefield. You attack them. You come back here. God damn it. They're done. Stop shooting my Right Guard. You get in there, Carl. Yeah, we got enough. You'll deal with this group. Shoot them in the back. They're done as well. You just chase them off. That'll group with that. That's what I wanted. Yeah, you guys just shoot in there. Alright, Scarred. They're doing okay, just like popping up these skirmishing units. You get in here. Right, you can shoot at them. Guys, charge here. Shoot that. You're shooting him in the back. It's okay. He should be dead pretty soon. Pop that. It's not going to do anything, but I feel like it's a waste if I don't. Shoot them. Fight them. Pew pew pew. Attacking that. You shoot into here. We've got a couple of stragglers coming in. Right, Sky, get out of there. Pressing the advantage. Help them with missiles. And we win. So, I'm not quite sure if I should continue to play this and wipe as many of them out as possible, or if I've got the settlement, because I can't remember where I clicked onto the main map. I'm just going to take the chance and end the battle. It was a close victory, but a victory nonetheless. So a lot went on there. It was a pretty hectic game that. The Right Guard got 242 kills. Cal got 39, but he's more of a duelist anyway. Everyone did really good. Spearmen not so much, but they're more of a defensive unit anyway. And I don't know what happened to the Halberdiers. They must have got stuck up on something else, because you shouldn't really clump units like I was doing. Like, I know you're like in pro multiplayer, I'll get my ass kicked and stuff, yada yada yada. But I can beat the AI. So we got a rank for Carl. No items though. Now we have a couple of choices here. We can take on captives to replenish some of our troops. Execute captives to get a bonus to leadership for 5 turns. Or pardon the captives to get money into our treasure. It's not much there. I think the probably best thing to do here, since we're still at war with these guys and still fighting them, and maybe have to follow this up with something else, is to take on the captives to get 11% of our troops back. A bit of a top up. So we don't get Helmgart because I was attacking these guys. Oh, we get a hunter. Takes skill to stalk wild animals while avoiding the dark creatures of the woods. So we can assign this to a character to give our army 10% extra chance to successful launch an ambush.
I am Prince and
now we do have further stuff we can do here, and I probably will, because we've already beaten all these armies up. So basically, I'm fighting 2 battles here in 1 turn, which is more experience, which is good. I'm going to get a leader every now and again. So now all of the units we get minus 8% off, and when I get that again, minus 15% off. So all of the units that Carl buys are cheaper. Oh yes, also this screen, which we haven't seen before. This is where his potion of speed is. So this is where you can assign items to everyone. Currently, the potion of speed is the only item we have in the entire game. There's not a lot of choice here. But we also got a ambushing dude, but he can't be assigned to Carl. I don't have any other characters. So, the ambushing dude is going to have to wait. The hunter, that is. And we're going to have to fight Val again. Now this, as I suspected, is going to be a landslide towards us. So I am going to auto-resolve this, because this is essentially the same battle again, but with more beat-up armies. But the balance of power is greatly in my favour, so I am going to auto-resolve. Watch what happens over here, though. Here we lost some units. Not too many, though. Not too many. Probably, well, maybe, I think that'll be about right. In that case, we got another rank as well. Well, that means we got Helmgart. We wiped out pretty much all of the armies that the secessionists have, unless they start to make one there. Eilhart currently has some fields. Can't make a lot of armies with a field, can you? Bretonnia can. They can make armies of peasant mobs, but we're made of certain stuff than that. We're going to max out this leader of renown. What Carl is. Now, we have a lot of units here. We have 16 units out of 20. So a good way to kind of reduce that is to combine some. So I can combine that one, all these basically. I can merge them, and then suddenly they've all been brought together. This guy here has ranked up. He is now rank 1, or this unit is. You see how this unit is slightly worse? As just like characters, units can also get experience as well. And because they've got to rank 1, they get an extra leadership, an extra melee attack, and an extra melee defense. It's probably an easy way of doing it. Their health is less, but it's only relative to what it is now. Their total health may be a few more as well. But their upkeep and everything still remains the same. They just get better at what they do. I do believe you might be able to rename units. I'm not sure. I've never really bothered. This is how much the army is costing currently. So quite a bit. But if we reduce that by combining units, like these two militia, for example, it goes down by a bit. And now we've sort of condensed our army into a more manageable force, because we don't need a big army to take this. We might need a bigger one to take that, but by then we might have upgraded something in Altdorf. So first of all, we have a bit of a conflict here, because Altdorf has a training field, but the settlement we just got also has a training field, and these buildings do the same thing. They both let us recruit infantry, basically. Now, do we want 2 of them? There's some advantages to that. For example, if we lost at Helmgart and it was the only place that we had a mustering field, then we couldn't recruit any more units from a mustering field. But if we had a mustering field in Helmgard and Altdorf, we have that backup. However, it does take a building slot from Altdorf, and we can build 10 buildings in Altdorf in total. But we're still going to demolish that, because I want Helmgard to be the place with the mustering field. We can build something else in Altdorf. We could get some stables. Stable yards where the young nobles train with their steeds, learning to shoot from the saddle. And we could get a blacksmith. Many places have a local smith, skilled at shaping metal, but usually good at cracking troublesome skulls with his hammer as well. So the blacksmith unlocks technologies and lets us recruit Empire Knights and Halberdiers, as well as increasing the local recruitment capacity, which means we can increase the amount of units we can hire per turn, and this let us get Pistoliers, which is like a skirmishing unit. Both of these buildings are good, which is why we're going to get both of them. So in 2 turns we can get Pistoliers, and then eventually you'll be able to get Halberdiers, and then once we get the armory you'll be able to get steam tanks, the great swords and all that sort of stuff, as long as we also have the other stuff for it. Steam tanks are a little way away from us yet, for now. Public order is still kind of bad, but once we secure this province, everything will be fine and dandy. So by reducing our unit count, we are going to be spending less, thus getting more to put in our treasury to upgrade buildings so we can get better units. Now there are better ways to do this, I am sure, but that's what I'm doing it, and I think it's like 60% efficient, I guess, you know. So there is what's his name? Heinrich, and he is a bad man. That dude right here, right there, who just left us. He is a necromancer up there in Blackstone Post, I think it's called. We're going to have to deal with him eventually, because that is a headache that we do not want to have to deal with, but is not as big a pain as Skarsnik. Once we secure this province, Skarsnik is next on the list. By then, we should have some stuff to get. So, we have one more thing to do. So we demolished that training field. It is done. So now Altdorf has another slot to fill. But I want tier 3 buildings. tier 4 and tier 5 buildings here. So that's why I got rid of that. Because we can max this out in one of these places. So, in these sort of areas, we can only level it to a town, to a minor settlement, which means we can't go any higher than this. So that's why I'm fine having a training field at Helmgard, because I can then max it out at this settlement. Whereas if I was to build this there, I could, but I couldn't max it out. I don't want to, but even it's not efficient. So it's always nice to do that. Now I could have an armory at one of these buildings, these settlements as well, but I think it works better at Altdorf because it's required for so many other things that will be built at Altdorf. So it's just nice to keep it centralized. Let's move to Eilhart.
We must attack.
We must attack indeed. Well said, sir.
Ulrich's will.
Yeah, I'm going to auto-resolve that as well. Decisive victory. Loot. And we're going to occupy. And we have secured the province of Reikland. And we can now do a commandment. And they're being destroyed. The Empire's destinies have been obliterated. There is nothing left apart from the echoing laughter of thirsting gods. We also got a charcoal burner, which is then instantly assigned to the Emperor Calfrans because he's just allowed him. Wood is burned to create charcoal, an important fuel for the winter months. So that just keeps people happy, therefore public order goes up. So, in the province where Karl is. We also get the glittering scales. Such is the shine upon every scale in this resplendent mail that the foe can't help but be dazzled. So armor +3, melee defense +3, and the passive ability of glittering scales, meaning that all enemies within a range of 40 meters, that's some shiny ass armor by the way, suffer -5 melee attack, which is really good because they're not only going to hit Karl less, but every unit within 40 meters, will be hitting the units they're attacking less. So that's good. That's good. So yeah, and he's already equipped that.
I command here.
And he's leveled up. So we can now get one of the others. So is he going to be an Iron Disciplinarian? Is he going to have Reassuring Presence? So this reduces attrition, which can be had for numerous reasons. You know, like if we run out of money, then attrition basically is damage over time. So our units will get smaller because people start deserting. If we go into an area with vampiric corruption or Skaven corruption or chaos corruption, people just end up dying and turning into zombies or getting tainted by chaos and stuff, and therefore our unit size reduces. This ability reduces that reduction, if you like. So I'm going to have that. The presence of this lord ensures the measure of calm, reducing panic and desertion amongst followers. He's the Emperor. People like going to desert him. Happy with that. And we get a commandment, as I said earlier. And that suddenly brings this up. And there are 5 to choose from. And it will be active from the start of next turn. So we can have Public Order +4 for Host Festag, or Feasting. We can do Sigmarite Dogma, so enemy hero action success is -50%. So if people try to assault us, to assault units, to assassinate, or to wound, or do other nefarious things like damage buildings and stuff, -15% chance for them to do that. We can increase the tax rate by 5%, giving us more money. We can increase trade and growth, and growth lets us level up faster if you like. Or we can do a straight troop levy, recruitment costs another 5%. That would stack on top of Karl's 15, and local recruitment capacity +1. So if we were raising armies, that's a really good one. Currently, we're trying to get money, we're trying to grow, so we are going to do this one. Income of trade from trade 5%, which is not going to be much. I'm more interested in the growth. So we are going to do a Council of Burgomasters. So now, if we look here, our growth is plus 110. So every time this ticks up, our population's surplus goes up by 1. Currently it's 0, but in one turn, it'll turn to 1. So this settlement here requires 2, then 4, then 5. Over here, this one requires 1. So the more growth we have, you know, the more people are breeding and the more people are moving into Reikland because it's a nice, stable place and people want to live there. More people, more jobs, more economy, more growth. So we want to encourage growth, basically. I don't think I want to build anything yet. No. So we do not want this clay pit. I'm not too fussed about that. So the clay pit that the Reikland, that Altdorf sits upon, is going to be unutilized. Next turn, we can get Pistoliers, and soonish we'll be able to get Halberdiers and Crossbowmen and nice stuff like that. But we'll have to wait for next turn, and indeed we're going to have to wait for next episode, where we're probably going to be doing this little mission here to get a Battle Wizard, before then turning our attention to Skarsnik, who's here in Karak Azkaraz. And there he is, the Git. We can't see him, but he's one of those units right there, along with a big ass spider, as I recall. And he's got another unit there as well. So even if this is making 0 gold, he can still sustain these 2 armies. It is the only settlement he has. Dwarves have the others. How strange. Let's round up by doing some diplomacy. So let's see if we can get a tariff from you. So we're now trading with Wizenland. Emperbard, I think we're already kind of friends with. I don't want to. So currently, like, they're not at war with anybody. But if we were in a defensive alliance with them, if they were attacked, we'd then have to be at war with the faction who attacked them, and I'd rather not, really.
Welcome, my countrymen.
They're at war with the vampires. Boris Toddbringer.
Only Sigma's god.
Military access from you? That's a shame. Reason being is just here, between Altdorf and Eilhart, the easiest, quickest way is across this little fjord here, up here, across their lands, and then across here, rather than going all the way through around these woods here. The military access is really nice from him. What we could do, if we really, really wanted it, was to go into military access and then add maybe a little bit of payment. Like we could offer 300 gold. See if he'll take that. He has a counter offer of a defensive alliance, which is interesting because I do actually want to confederate with Boris, and that's kind of taken me by surprise, I have to admit. So Boris is currently at war with the Beastmen and the Skulltakers, who are Beastmen and Orcs. Now, by entering a defensive alliance, we do not become at war instantly with these two. But they will like us very much. However, I don't think they like us much anyway. I'm going to actually do that. They're also trading with Nordland. And Nordland, we want to be our friends. So that can only help. Good. That was a bit of a surprise, but good. Nordland are up here, and they're utilized for quests later on. So we have to be friends with them basically to get the Reikland to get the Reikland Runefang, I think, or it might be something else. Regardless, that's a little bit meta, I know, but there it is. Oh, by the way, since we're now friends, can we have military access?
I will not obey.
I don't know what to tell you. How about that 300 gold? I mean, we are friends, right? I mean, look at this. I suppose next turn we can do it. We're not moving this turn anyway. So next turn it's going to improve. It's going to go up. So he might then give us military access, realizing that in order to have a defensive alliance and support each other, we need to move between each other's lands. If you do move, by the way, it'll tell you. There you go. We are trespassing. And he'll just like us a little less for doing that. Okay. So, that's it. I I'm going to end the video here. I shall then hit end turn, and we shall start next video at the start of turn 6. Hope you guys are enjoying that. We have secured Reikland, and next turn we're going to do this and maybe do a bit of that and stuff, but we need to level up Altdorf and get some mortars and other stuff before we start messing with Skarsnik, I think. So, filthy goblin that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shall see you next time, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Toodaloo.